Bina, I'm so happy to have you here with us in our Kai interview. Welcome. And thank you for you're about to share from your experience and knowledge. So I want to thank you in advance. And let's start with you telling us a bit about yourself, how you got to become a coach, why.
Sure, and thank you, Ziv. It's wonderful to be here. It's my pleasure. So I've been a coach actually for about 10 years now, and the journey started, way back when coaching, especially on the other side of the world, when I'm talking about Asia and outside of America, was a little bit nascent at that time. A lot of people didn't even know about the true definition of a coach or coaching and the whole idea of coaching. So when I started, I actually had left corporate America, and I had taken a journey across the world, and I was a marketing consultant. So through that journey of helping organizations to achieve goals in specific areas, I slowly discovered that how beautiful would it be to make an impact on an individual basis, not just on a larger organizational basis. So it was actually my father who had asked me one day about, have you heard about life coaching? And I was like, no, I haven't. And I said, let me look into it. And I found it so intriguing and fascinating. And it just resonated with me and my path that I was on. But it took me about 6 months or so. I really didn't do anything. And literally, like intuition kicking in, one morning I woke up and I knew this was the day. I woke up, I said, it's time. I want to do this. And I went on the path. I became internationally certified as an executive coach, as a master spirit life coach. And my entire life since then has been this. It's been my life path. It's been my journey. And obviously, I've moved into many different realms of coaching and emotional wellness being one of them, as well as entrepreneur and business coaching and leadership coaching. But the organization that I run really focuses on a holistic approach to how I work with people. So that's how I got into this. Um, there was no real reason but to say it was my intuition. It was
Mm.
something that time where I was probably in my life and the impact I wanted to create all came together beautifully. And that's how I began.
Very, very interesting because
Yeah.
many times we wait or look for that moment where we say, that's it. I'm gonna make that change I was thinking of or dreaming of. And for you, it was one day to wake up with this feeling that that time has arrived.
Yes. And I've always had strong hunches in my life. I have had these several times, and I have always listened to these hunches, and it's taken me very far in my life. Most of the life decisions I make have had intuition as a part of them, and very strong intuitive kind of push from within, where I know it's not just something that my head is saying or my heart is saying. It feels so strongly, and it's there with me, and I allow it to build, and that has helped me in my coaching as well. So kind of how I lead my life personally, to the type of clients that I work with, to the different kinds of coaching that I do with people, everything has been more or less of a inner guidance that has taken me forward.
Mm. So you mentioned that you believe in holistic coaching,
Yes.
and it might sound like when many people, when they hear holistic, they say it's everything, right? They do
Mhm.
everything.
Mhm.
What does it mean for you, holistic
Yeah,
coaching?
it's a great question. Holistic coaching really for me is the approach that I am working with the entire human being, the entire individual, the mind, the body, and the soul together. Because one without the other is half complete. We are a moving everyday function of all three of these. Sometimes we may not be aware of it because we allow one to maybe sometimes, lead us stronger, or our mind is, or our thoughts are the ones that are really running our lives, or sometimes it's more our emotions that pull us a certain way. But all of them affect each other continuously, kind of like, a bicycle or a car. You can't move or run it without one part of it, otherwise something will slow down or eventually break. So for me, holistic coaching is that even though clients may come to me with a particular goal, it's very important, in the approach that I take, that not only am I coaching the entire individual, but I'm ensuring that they are nurturing their well-being from the inside. So that is something that is very unique to the way I work with all of my clients, and it creates a very, very impactful result in everything they do, from the way they feel to the performance, that they can create for themselves, to also kind of how they move forward once the coaching is over, because they really become the master of themselves.
So I think that for most of us, body is quite like we we handle our body all the time for the uh,
Right.
for the worst or for the best. We are obsessed about our bodies, and in a way, we are taught that our mind many times is the problem, right? We have all kinds of thoughts that drives us from one point to the other, um, and the spirit is what? What is it for you, and how does it resonate with other parts? How this triangle? How is it connected?
That's beautiful. Your spirit is really your daily passion, how you show up every single day. And, your thoughts, your feelings, and your spirit all pretty much dictate, and they're almost like, excuse me, best friends. You can't really have negative thoughts and show up the best way that you can. So when your spirit is alive and awake within you, and you're really present, and you are living your life through that beautiful inner kind of resilience that comes to the table, you are able to also manage and proactively create your thought process versus being reactive to thoughts coming in from the outside. So your spirit is something that really is, within you every single day, but we don't realize it. A lot of times the way human beings move through the day and move through their lives is in a very reactive way. We wake up, we read something, we go on social media, or we get some news, or something's working, not working in our lives, and that starts our thought process. And then over the days and weeks and months, we feel certain ways, like we feel stuck, we feel, angry, depressed, whatever it may be. But the beautiful thing to understand is that your spirit within you, your intuitive guidance, your spirit is always there. And if you learn to just awaken that every single day from inside, you can actually manifest all of the energy and the vibrational level to create what you desire on the outside. So yes, thoughts are going to come and go. And it's not that you're not going to feel bad on days, or you're not going to feel down, or thoughts are not going to come in. But then you learn a lot of these kind of tools to accept them, to move past them, to know that I have control over my thoughts. They don't have control over me, because there's something bigger and better, because I am showing up in the best way I can. And I'm not going to let that spirit dim whatever my circumstances are.
So I think it's quite easy for us to touch or to feel our body. It's maybe not that easy, but also relatively easy to be aware that we are thinking and to know what you
Mhm.
talk about when you say we have thoughts, because
Right,
I can, in a way, observe my thoughts. But
right.
when you say spirit and you say awaken the spirit,
Mhm.
can can you give us like an exercise or a way where we can feel or touch our spirit?
Yeah, yeah, sure. There's so many, the one thing to start off doing is by really quieting the mind, to just really, really kind of relax yourself, and to focus on maybe breath, or just the rhythm of, your body of just breathing in and out. And to just get to a place where you are calm, you are relaxed, you are peaceful. And you can close your eyes and do this, and just even something as simple as focusing on your breathing can do that. And as you do that, thoughts may come and go slowly, 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 because all of these things take a little bit of time and practice, but it's okay. Allow them. A lot of people say, you shouldn't be thinking something. And that's the exact thing people do, is like, oh, I'm going to think because I'm not supposed to do this. So a thought just came in, but allow it, let it gently come and let it gently pass. And as you do this, there are ways that you can really connect with your spirit through, definitely through meditation. And there's all kinds of things you can do in meditation as well. You can do, meditation that's revolving around a guided meditation. There's music, there's light meditation, there's candle therapeutic meditation. You can go do this through affirmation therapy, and also just focusing on your breath, silencing your mind, and just being. Just being means connecting to your entire whole self, being aware of the sensations that you're feeling at that moment, and really focusing, even as your eyes are closed, on a particular part of your body, whether it's your toes, and what are the sensations you're feeling there. And, maybe it's your hands, and are they, warm or cold at that moment, and understanding and feeling what that means to you, and connecting back to your being, your soul. And as you practice this more and more, even if it's something that's very, very short, you come out of this, you open your eyes, and you start your day. You really, really will start seeing impeccable results as you move through your days like this. Another way, yes, go ahead.
So what I hear from you is the first thing is to lower the noise, to let there's lots of noise. We sit quietly, the noise goes down, and then it allows us to be in a place where we give connect and give place to the spirit.
Yes, because we are, in a world that's all about doing. We're always in a go, go, go mentality. We're focused outside, we're focused outward. This is a journey about us going inside, and really understanding and connecting with our own being, with our own body, with our own soul, with our own sensations. And this puts you into a really deep mode of gratitude as well. So, it helps you connect to life source. It helps you connect to breath. It helps you connect to some beautiful, miraculous things that are already there, which we are not mindful of as we go about day-to-day life.
So you mentioned gratitude. Can you expand and talk about it a bit?
Yeah, sure. So this is something that I personally believe is almost, the highest form of meditation for me. And this is my own philosophy. Practicing gratitude is, again, something a little bit different versus just being in gratitude. Being in gratitude is an energy. You are moving through the world, always being grateful, no matter what's happening. So everything that's happening, good, bad, ugly, you are in gratitude for it, because you know that, things are exactly the way they're meant to be. You're grateful for the lessons. You're grateful for, everything that is happening or not happening, the way things are unfolding or not. And when you get to that point in life, there's really nothing to feel bad about anymore. Your energy is so powerful. Your energy is unstoppable, and your energy becomes so strong that, in a sense, you defy anything that could even become an obstacle. You're able to push through your own kind of, gratitude energy so deeply and so far that nothing can shake you anymore. And that vibrational energy goes out in the universe, and you attract that like energy back to you. And then that becomes the cycle of your life. So from inside to the outside, back to the inside, it's like a circular kind of, motion and energy and vibration that you create around you. And you almost feel like you're walking around every day with a ring of light around you.
Mhm.
And that graciousness keeps you mindful of the way you talk, the words you use, how you show up in your relationships, what you attract and don't attract, definitely how you feel, and the thoughts that you allow to create an emotional home in you. And the ones that you don't, you just say, this is something that's just come in my mind. It's a fleeting thought. I'm going to let it go. So it helps you with so many different things that you not only self regulate, you are able to excel to an unreal level. You almost feel like, you're here, you're living life, but you're moving on a different plane altogether.
Amazing.
It's
So,
beautiful.
how do we practice gratitude?
Yeah. So practicing gratitude is really about starting with being grateful and thankful for anything and everything that you can think of. And if you really begin, you can think of 100 things just in a minute, right? From just being alive to, the biggest to the smallest things around you. There's so many things to be grateful for. So one of the ways is just by declaring that I am grateful, or thank you for this, thank you for having this, in your life, just being grateful and thankful for that. But another way is to also gratitude it forward, is to be thankful for things that haven't even happened in your life yet and bring it into your life.
Mm.
So when you're able to do that, you're actually saying that, I'm already thankful for this, as if it's already happened. And when you're able to do that, again, you are almost kind of defying a lot of things, and you are bringing something in that hasn't happened. And again, that's a vibrational energy that you create to create your reality, and to really influence your future and what's going to happen. So it's very powerful. Um, and being in gratitude, again, is an energy. So practicing it is one thing, but that's, kind of by saying these things, but being it is the energy, is just knowing that every single thing is exactly the way it's meant to be, and just being grateful for that.
I'm really grateful for for your insightful and inspiring approach. And we are approaching to the end of this interview. So my last question would be, what I didn't ask you and I should have.
Sure. Sure. I'm sorry, I missed the question. What was
Yeah,
the
sorry.
question?
I asked what I didn't ask you, what I should have asked you and I didn't.
Oh, what you should have asked me. What you should have asked me. How about what you feel the need is right now? What do people really require at this moment in time? We're going through hard times in life right now. Everyone is being impacted in their own way, and a lot of people, may not know what to do to help themselves. So,
I'm
yeah.
happy to ask this question.
Yeah, sure. So, I think the best thing to know and to do is to, number one, understand that this too shall pass. Okay, this too shall pass. That nothing in our life is permanent, no matter how bad it is, no matter how bad it feels in that moment. So, knowing and understanding that we are continuously moving beings, everything is changing constantly. So, this too shall pass. And it doesn't mean that maybe the world's never going to go back to the way we know it as we know it. And that's where the resilience comes in, is to really say that, what if all of this has happened for us and not to us? And if it's happened for us, what is the new way that I can navigate forward? You know, um, and do I get support? Do I want to learn more about myself, or connect with people who can guide me there? You know, are there things that I could do for myself at home? Absolutely. There are tons of resources out there. There's so many apps, including your, company and your website as well. So you're surrounded by a lot of support today, a lot of resources. So there's really no excuse for us to feel down and out. There's help, there's support, and then we as human beings have that inner compass in us all the time. It's just that we have to learn to awaken it, we have to recognize it, and then that will, allow us to say that we have choices for us. So I just tell people, that don't expect that things will be the same, but this too shall pass. And now focus on how will I navigate forward in the new world. And if you need help, get support. And again, there's a lot you can do for yourself at home. So be mindful of that. Be grateful even for this, because all of this has happened for us as a human race. I think for many, many lessons, maybe an awakening that we all needed. Maybe we were moving in a very fast world, and this has helped all of us naturally slow down and just take a moment to just reflect, understand what this means for us in our own lives, and now to take that and make the most of it.
Dina, thank you so much. I'm really grateful for our talk and for your great way to, the great way you perceive uh, life. Thank you very much.
It's been my pleasure, Ziv. Thank you so much for having me. It's been wonderful.
Thank you.